What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. It is Thursday edition. It is April 17th. We are back. If you've never been with us before, we do things a little bit differently here. We tried something yesterday. Some of you guys seem to like it, but a lot of you, the consensus was, I like the way that you just do it. So how we normally do our videos, we look at every game, we look at all the pitchers, we look at all the batters. So if you're looking for just those handful of plays, that's not the video for you. I don't want to waste your time, but I do appreciate any engagement that you guys give us in these videos. If you do enjoy what we do, clicking on the ads and watching the entire video all the way through a couple of times a day helps us out as well, but that is completely up to you. So we're going to break down the games in depth. At the end of the video, we are going to give you all the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through 10,000 simulations. We'll see an updated simulation. We do 20,000 a day. It's a little bit different today because we got some early game, like early games, and then like the main slate at night. So we'll look at that. We got a total of 9 games we cover. There's 10 on the day, I believe. One is a separate game on its own, which is a single game. So you guys like this? Be on the lookout. Probably be a pitcher breakdown video, just pitcher breakdown like we did the other day. Depends on when the video comes out. So that being said, if you are new to the channel, we do try to have giveaways every single day. 2 ways to win. You got to like the video, you got to be a subscriber to the channel, and you have to leave a comment, hopefully positive, but just a comment. If this video gets at least 50 likes, you will have a shot at a free week of FTA+. If this video gets 100 likes, a chance at a free month, 150 likes, a free year, 200 or more likes on the video, a chance at a lifetime pass. Second way to win, somewhere in this video, there'll be a keyword or key phrase, listen for it. Type it in and have your shot at a free week on top of it. So we are going to see who the 2 winners from yesterday's video are. Even if the keyword is in this first comment, we're still going to re-roll it. This is only for getting a minimum of 50 likes. So this is only the views winner right here. And the winner is Millie's Are Mine 777. There you go. Congratulations. I don't know if you have an account on the website. Please email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. If you need that email, it is in the description of this video. Let me know if you have a username on the website. If you do not, let me know a username, email, and a password, and we will get you set up for your free pass. Now, the keyword was coffee. We're still going to re-roll it, so you still have a chance to win with that keyword. Don't spam the keyword W purchase 420. Congratulations on the win. Please email me. Let me know if you have an account. If you do not, you know the drill. So those are the 2 winners for today. It's good to see some new names, some new faces, some new comments. So what we're going to do is after we go through all of the games, then we go through all the players that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating. We're going to bring you Pitches Be Crazy. And what that is it's the top 5 pitchers on the slate that have the top 5 matchups against teams that strike out the most for the day. So obviously we don't have all the teams playing, so it's a little bit different than what we're used to. So what I'm very excited about is we are going to use Outlier, and they finally updated it to bring us the coveted 2025 stats. So we've already updated everything on the site. I've updated the batter splits as of Wednesday. Those are updated. You go check that out. We have the updated bullpen stats, so you can see which bullpens suck. So if you see a starting pitcher that it just absolutely gets rocked, and then the bullpen comes in and that bullpen's terrible, that's another way to stack. Those are completely free for you. Go check it out. And let's rock and roll. So the first game we're going to cover is Arizona at Miami. You got Eduardo Rodriguez versus Edward Cabrera. So Erod comes in, 4.86 ERA, down game against Milwaukee, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Pretty good game against Washington, 5 innings, 4 earned runs, 12 strikeouts. We look at this. His splits, 2 at home, 1 on the road. On the road, a 7.20 ERA. So it's kind of hard to feel comfortable. Like the splits aren't going to be the big thing right now. Because you need about a month, like 2-3 months worth of starts to kind of get a feel how they pitch on the road or at home. Edward Cabrera, on the other hand, 3.18 ERA, only 5 strikeouts. He's 1 start. He's coming in here. 5.2 innings, 2 earned runs, 1 home run, 3 walks, 5 Ks. Now he gets to go up against an Arizona team. Now this Arizona team, they're offensively decent. I think criminally underrated, I should say. Edward Cabrera's only faced 28 plate appearances, so basically an equivalent of a start, giving up a 261 batting average, 14.3 K percentage. Both of these pitchers, since it is an early 4-game slate, I'm okay with them. I think I do like Erod a little bit better, but Cabrera has got some good things as well. I think more people will be on an Arizona stack. If you want to look at it, and this is what I'm talking about. So Cabrera last year did not, or has not faced them this year, and you're going to see that for a while. Against him in their career, Arizona, Corbin Carroll does have a home run, batting 2 for 4. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., 2 for 3 with a home run as well. And then we finally have the 2025 stats, so we don't have to go over how they did last year because it's a new year. But we've got 2025 stats, how the Arizona Diamondbacks have fared against right-handed pitching in 2025. Josh Naylor's batting 405 right now, 2 home runs. Perdomo batting 265 with 2 home runs. Corbin Carroll batting 386 with 6 bombs. Like, I like those 3. You've also got Pavin Smith. I don't know if he'll be in there, but 395 batting average with a home run. Those are the ones that I would look at. I don't know if I want to go a full Arizona stack, but those would be the Arizona bats that I would look at. Erod, they really haven't faced him. Against left-handed pitching, there's not a ton. Like Mervis is 1 for 1. That one hits a home run. Got Paulie 300. This is the problem. We don't know who's going to start for Miami. It seems like a new lineup every single day. You got Kyle Stowers, 8 for 16 this year. Dane Myers batting 462. Wagaman with 1 home run. Conine, 429 batting average. Low at bats against left-handed pitching. But if you think people are going to be on Erod, honestly, today, sneaky, maybe a Miami stack. I do not mind that, especially on a 4-game early slate. You got to get a little creative. Now we're at Washington versus Pittsburgh. You've got Andrew Heaney versus Trevor Williams. Trevor Williams, I believe this is one of his former teams, if I recall. And Andrew Heaney. So Heaney comes in. Cincinnati 4 earned runs. That 4 earned run, I believe, was a grand slam for Ellie De La Cruz, which we had in our lineup, thankfully. It's very hard to want to take Andrew Heaney at any given time. I'm always scared to use him. Got a 3 ERA, 18 strikeouts. Had 10 strikeouts against the Yankees, but a lot of teams strike out the Yankees. Outside of that game right there, he has 8 strikeouts in 2 other starts. So it's not ideal. You look at the splits wise, away, whether or not you want to consider it that. You can't really go off the split. So they're at home, which he has had 1 good start against the Yankees. But Washington, we know they can hit. We've seen that this year. Trevor Williams, on the other hand, against Pittsburgh, one of the top 5 pitchers to take against teams that strike out. Coming off a bad start against Miami, though, I will let you know right now, I was on him. And this is what I'll tell you. I'm not always right. I was on Trevor Williams. I told you guys, maybe look at him. The strikeouts were low. He gave up 6 earned runs, went 4.2 innings. Absolutely did not work out. Going up against a Pittsburgh team, they do 57 plate appearances against them, 235. I think people will be off of him, but at 6,300, I'm okay with him. I don't like Cash, especially this early. He's got a very high ERA. But let's look at the game. Let's break it down just a little bit. And not all of the games are on here because the Mets, they're a mess already. We don't know who the actual starter is going to be. They had an opener on Wednesday to give their starters a rest. It looks like it should be David Peterson, so that's who it's all going off of right now. But Pittsburgh bats against Trevor Williams. No one's really had success against him. Against right-handed pitching this year, I would look at Joey Bart if I'm taking Pittsburgh bats. O'Neal Cruz maybe a little bit. Brian Reynolds. IKF and Brian Hayes maybe. But honestly, I kind of like Trevor Williams, like I said. And then Washington bats against Heaney. Like Alex Call is a home run. But that's it, basically. Against left-handed pitching, Ahmed Rosario would be a cheap option for you at 357 batting average. James Wood, 318 batting average. Lefty-on-lefty matchup. I would look at him. I would look at Alex Call. I would look at Keibert Ruiz. Those would be the bats that I would target if I were targeting this game on both sides. So Trevor Williams, I'm okay with. Andrew Heaney for contrarian tournaments, sure. But I think I'd rather go with Trevor Williams. Just a little bit more. You're going to save 1,300 as well. Seattle at Cincinnati is next. You got Brian Wu versus Brady Singer. So Brady Singer has been at home. Is it every start? No. 2 starts at home, 1 on the road, 225. This is Great American Small Park. You guys know that the factors actually today, the wind is blowing in. It still has a chance for home runs, though. Brady Singer, he had 1 good start, 1 middle start, and then his last start against Pittsburgh was so-so. So that's Texas, they're a good hitting team. He was able to hold them down. He's got 18 strikeouts overall. Then you got Brian Wu coming in, 284 ERA, 18 strikeouts, 7. The least amount of strikeouts he's had in a game is 5. Really good start against Texas. Both of these teams had a good pitchers had a good start against Texas. Not so much at San Francisco, which is a pitcher's park, and then pretty good start against the Athletics at 22.5. Basically, if you're new to the channel, what you're looking for DFS purposes, at least on DraftKings, when you're building your lineup out there, your projected target is about 2 to 2.5 times value. So 8,700 times 2 times 2.5, kind of what you're looking for there. So if we look at how they've done against each other in the past, I don't know why these games are so early. There must be something going on. I'm not really sure. But Brady Singer in his career against Cincy, we do have Gavin Lux with a home run and Spencer Steer with a home run. That is it. But if you look against right-handed pitching, you can see overall this Reds team hits righties better. So you could look at Ellie De La Cruz, has 2 home runs, batting 262. Encarnacio Strand, only batting 195, has 2 home runs. I probably wouldn't use him. McLean, you could look at Gavin Lux if he gets in there, batting 317. TJ Friedel batting 239. I mean, Austin Hayes batting 500. Again, that's 4 at-bats. So there's not a ton here that you could look at, but I don't mind. I think people will be on Cincy because they're at home, but honestly, kind of like Brian Wu here. And then if we look at Singer, the Mariners against him, Cal Raleigh batting 357 with a home run against him. JP Crawford has a home run against him. Luke Raley has a home run against him. Polanco has 2. So they've seen him a little bit. Against right-handed pitching, though, overall, I mean, J-Rod batting 234, but he bats better against righties than lefties. You could look at him. Luke Raley, I don't mind, only batting 212, though, but again, he hits righties better. The green on the screen means that's what they hit better. So to help you out a little bit. Jorge Polanco batting 375 against right-handed pitching. Already has a couple of home runs against him, and he's had 3 this year. I would look at him. If you want to look at a very cheap option, Boyuni, however you say his last name, he could be a guy you look at as well if you want to go a full Mariner stack, because I think a lot of people might be on Singer, and I kind of want to fade Singer here. Could bite us, could come back and bite us, but that's kind of where I'm feeling right now in this game. Then the last game on this early slate, Athletics at the White Sox. We do have some weather concerns, so this is definitely something to monitor. So looking at the wind, blowing directly in. So bump up to pitching. JP Sears versus Davis Martin. JP Sears coming in. We used him his last start against the Mets, 12.2. Only gave up 3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, but only went 4 innings. He had 101 pitches in 4 innings, which is wild because he only had 1 walk. So they were just fouling pitches off. So it did not work out for us. If he would have went deeper in the game with the numbers there, maybe. At Colorado, not so much. He does have a great matchup here against the White Sox, though. So I would look a little bit at Sears. And then Martin here against the Athletics, 4.24 ERA. Splits-wise, I mean, home games, 7.75 ERA. 6 innings against Boston, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts. Boston does strike out a ton. Detroit, 7 earned runs. And then LA, 2 runs, none of them earned, 2 strikeouts. So up and down, he's 7,000. I think everyone's going to be on the Athletics. So if you want to go with Davis Martin as a tournament option, I could see that. I don't know if I will. Through 10,000 simulations looking at it, probably not. But people did ask me, where do I get my simulations from? So what I do is I use SaberSim for the optimizer in the sims, but I plug in our projections, which you can find under here. And you can export these projections and plug them into SaberSim or plug them into whichever other optimizer you use that probably costs a ton. So looking at the Athletic bats, I mean, Seth Brown's 1 for 1 with a home run. They really haven't seen him, but they do hit righties better. I'm on the train probably of Athletics. Soderstrom has 8 bombs this year, batting 346 against righties. And Duar's a home run. You got Lawrence Butler, a 306 batting average. Those would be ones I'd look at. You could look at Langelier's only batting 178, though, kind of iffy there. Brent Rooker only batting 180 with 2 bombs. So not a ton. Like looking at these numbers, if you want to go Davis Martin as a tournament option, because his ownership should be very low, I'm okay with that. The problem is, hopefully the weather holds off. Either rains before and they delay it and they play, or it rains after and doesn't rain in the middle. Otherwise, you will be screwed there. White Sox bats against Sears. You got Sosa with a home run. That is it. White Sox bats against lefties this year. Lynn and Sosa batting 294. Medroff batting 400, but again, it's only 5 at-bats. Andrew Vaughn does have a home run, but he's only batting 125. There's just nothing to love about this. You want to get creative and maybe go a White Sox stack because people will be on Sears. I would look at Luis Robert, Andrew Vaughn, maybe Miguel Vargas and Lennon Sosa, maybe Medroth if you want to go a 5-man stack, at least on DraftKings. But I don't know if I'll look at this game. We got to kind of monitor what this weather's actually going to do. So that is the early slate done. Now we're on to the main slate, which does start about 30 minutes earlier than what you're used to. So the first game is Cleveland at Baltimore. We do have the San Francisco Philly game, which is in the middle, which we're not going to cover because it's a solo game, at least on DraftKings. And probably FanDuel, usually I hate the way they do it. So we're just going to go off DraftKings today. So Guardians at Baltimore is where we're looking at. Thursdays are weird because slates are always broken up differently. It's kind of annoying. But we do have Sugano in this matchup here versus Tanner Bibby. So Bibby coming in, faced Kansas City his last start, 4 Ks, 4 walks, 14.3, -3, and then 18.4. Don't love this here. 10 strikeouts and 3 starts is not ideal. 1-on-1 record, 4.40 ERA. Going up against Baltimore, kind of like Baltimore bats. Sugano, we did use him his last start against Toronto, and only 3 earned runs, but no Ks. With no Ks, those points are going to be negative, -1.5. Comes in with a 3.86 ERA. He is 6K, so he is very cheap if you wanted to go a cheap option here, but they've never faced him before, which, if you've been with us, is that an advantage to the batter? It could be, or to the pitcher, it could be. Against right-handed pitching this year, Cleveland bats, Stephen Kwan batting 385 with 3 bombs. Would not be surprised if he goes yard in this one. Santana batting 250 with 2 bombs. Roquillo batting 296. Arias batting 310 with 2 bombs. I don't mind those guys. If you're looking for a couple others to complete a stack, there's none that J-Ram, only batting 216 though against right-handed pitching. Does have 3 bombs. That's it. There's always going to be those one-offs where someone's batting .065 and they hit 3 home runs for no reason. But honestly, you could look at Lane Thomas, but he's only batting 190, but he hits righties better. But those odds are not very good. Baltimore against Bibby, you do have Gary Sanchez with 1 home run, and that is it. Right-handed pitching, you can see the majority of this team hits lefties better this year. So maybe you look at Bibby because of how they're doing, but Adley has 3 bombs, batting 250 against right-handed pitching this year. Gunnar Henderson batting 286. Tyler O'Neill batting 324 with 2 bombs. You could look at those guys. Cedric Mullins only batting 293, but has 3 bombs, gets on base and steals bases. I don't mind them. Those would probably be the ones that I would look at if I were to take some batters in this one. Pitching-wise, probably Bibby over Sugano. And that's probably what I'd go with there. KC at Detroit is next. You got Michael Lorenzen versus Reese Olson. Lorenzen, 3.71 ERA. Not really good start against Cleveland. The strikeouts are at 4, but he had 3 earned runs, so he only got 10. He's had 1 decent start. I just think he's priced up, especially with this Detroit team. I know they didn't. I don't think they put up 1 run yesterday on Wednesday. I don't trust Lorenzen. If he was cheaper, I would throw him in there, but 8,100 seems pretty steep for his past performances. You got Reese Olson, bad start against Minnesota, 4 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, so 1.8. Good start against the White Sox, not really good start against the Dodgers. If we look at the matchup here and we see what they've done in the past, we could look at that. Reese Olson, Kansas City bats, obviously being in the same division, they see each other a decent amount. Garcia has a home run, Massey has a home run, Bobby Witt has 2 home runs in 11 at-bats, batting 545. Kyle Isbell would be a weird, cheap option I don't think very many people will be on. Against right-handed pitching, though, they are not doing well against right-handed pitching this year as a team. 282, Isbell batting 282. I think he'll be a cheap option. Let's see how cheap he is on DraftKings at least. And he could be one of those one-off guys. He's 2,800 as an outfielder. You could, the ownership's probably low on that. I would look at Pasquantino. I would look at Isbell. I would look at Bobby Witt Jr. Maybe Michael Massey. There's not a ton. Throw Reese Olson in tournaments just because Kansas City overall, is they hit lefties better. But if they get to him a little bit earlier, his pitch count gets up there, then they bring in a bullpen, and that could be a whole other ordeal there. Then Michael Lorenzen, yeah, I mean, Baez has a home run, but I don't think I'll ever use Baez in my life. Right-handed pitching, Dingler has 2 home runs this year, batting .379. Torkelson had a home run yesterday. He's got 3 bombs, a .275 batting average. Carpenter, .282 with 3 bombs. Riley Green, .238 with 3 bombs. I do like a Detroit stack today. I just don't see myself paying up that much for Michael Lorenzen. That's what I would look at. So the Yankees at Tampa Bay. So this has not been confirmed yet, but it looks like Taj Bradley versus Will Warren. Will Warren's confirmed. Taj Bradley is not confirmed, but he last pitched, I think, Friday. So it makes sense. So this is in Tampa Bay, which this is technically, this is what's weird. It's in George M. Steinbrenner Field. It is an away game for the Yankees, but it is their spring training facility. But the Yankees are going to be in the visitor dugout. Whether or not that messes with their head or whatever, I don't know. Taj Bradley, though, in his career, Taj Bradley comes in 2-0 record, 3.71 ERA with 21 strikeouts. The current Yankees that he's faced, Bellinger, Grisham, Judge, Rice, Volpe, and Wells, a combined 105 batting average, 227 OBP, 158 slugging, 385 OPS, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. Those walks came to Judge. No home runs, no triples, 1 double to Ben Rice. Taj Bradley at 9,000 is wild, but it might be a good matchup. He does make the top 5 here against teams that strike out the most. But we look at the ballpark factors. The wind in this game is blowing out as the second best odds for a home run. So yeah, if you want to go Taj Bradley, I'm okay with that. Maybe Taj Bradley goes through like 8 strikeouts. They pull on, the bullpen comes in, and then the Yankees go wild. If you were to take Yankees bats, I would look at Ben Rice. I would look at Paul Goldschmidt. I would look at Judge. I would look at Jazz. And I'm probably looking at Jason Dominguez. Hopefully he starts. He's been hitting the ball very well. You look at Will Warren. So Will Warren comes in, 5.14 ERA. He had a good start against San Francisco, 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. If we could get something like that against Tampa Bay, that could be in store for a good game. Tampa Bay as a team strike out only 7.76 times per game. They rank 7th out of 30, so they're really good against that. It just depends on how this weather's going to go. I'm probably avoiding the weather in this one and going with just the bats. If I look at the bats against Tampa Bay, I don't know if Will Warren's faced him. Yeah, he's never faced him before. So is that an advantage to him? It could be. 1-0 record with a 4.14 or 5.14 ERA is kind of up there. Taj Bradley, I think in tournaments I'm okay with, but his price is kind of steep for me. St. Louis at the Mets, another thing. Palante or Payante, if you know how to say it, let me know. It's supposed to be David Peterson. It has not been confirmed. So Payante here, 2.20 ERA, been decent. I mean, he had a really good start against Philly. We were on him, or no, we were on Philly, and he went 7 innings, of course, no earned runs. Only 4 strikeouts. So the strikeouts have been low. Boston's a team that strikes out a ton, though, so that's expected. The Mets as a team are striking out only 7.53. They rank 5th out of 30, so they don't strike out much. That scares me a little bit. I'm probably looking, I'll have Andre for tournaments, but I would look at Juan Soto. I would look at Lindor. I would look at Pete Alonso. Tyrone Taylor, you could look at a little bit. Jesse Winker, if he gets in there. I would look at them. Andre, though, for tournaments, I'm okay with. David Peterson, looking at him, he's only faced Wilson Contreras, so he's never faced any of these guys. 2 pretty good starts. His price is $8,500, though. St. Louis as a team, strike out 8.12 times per game, 11th out of 30. His strikeouts have been, a good one, not so good, and mid one. Tournaments, I'm okay with David Peterson. If I were to take St. Louis Cardinals bats, probably Brendan Donovan, Lars Nootbaar, Arenado, maybe Wilson Contreras, or no. I don't know. The ones that I wanted to say jump out, but if you were just go St. Louis bats, we've covered those guys. You could go Sagasi if he's in there, or Burleson. I don't mind them. Maybe a little bit of Jordan Walker, Victor Scott, but I'm probably avoiding that game. There are other games we can look at. And then the final game, the Angels at the Rangers. The final game of the day. You've got Kumar Rocker. Go to pitchers. So you've got Rocker versus Kachanowicz. Now, we did use Kachanowicz as last start because he was cheap. It did not work out against Houston. 6 earned runs in 4.2 innings, only 1 strikeout. Probably feeling about the same. Would probably look at Texas bats. And then you got Kumar Rocker, 7.9. I mean, he's not done ideal. I wouldn't use either of these pitchers. Yeah, I wouldn't use either of these pitchers. Angels have never seen Rocker before, but you can see it. I would look at Nolan Schanuel. I would look at Jorge Soler, who's batting .327 this year against righties with 4 bombs. Mike Trout's only batting .189, but has all home runs against right-handed pitching. Taylor Ward's another one, especially if he leads off. 5 bombs, .254 batting average. I like that matchup there. If you're looking for another one, maybe Logan O'Hoppe. He has been questionable, though, so let's make sure he's in. But he's still batting .325 against righties this year with 4 bombs. So an Angel stack is not out of the question here. And then Texas against Kachanowicz, like Adolis has a home run. That is it. Against right-handed pitching this year, Josh Young batting .435. Isn't he on the IL, though? No, he's back. Okay. He was only out for about a week. Or 10 days. He'd be 3,800 for a third baseman. He's pretty good. You could look at that. I don't mind that. Corey Seager, obviously, if you're going to go with Texas bats, Seager's always got to be in there. Jock Peterson's the one that is surprising at .071 against right-handed pitching this year. And that is him, that he's better. So what is Jock batting this year? Jock's batting .70. That's wild. That just means I'm off of him and he's going to hit home run today for no reason. That's wild. Didn't know that. Josh Smith batting .419. Jonah Heim has 2 home runs, but I don't know if I'd use him. So there are just certain bats that you could look at that I wouldn't mind. It just depends on the lineup that comes out. Again, Thursdays are kind of like Sundays. They're after the game, getaway days or whatever. They might rest somebody for the next day. You never know what's going to happen. And there you have it. Those are all of the batters and pitchers in the early slate and the main slate. We are now going to give you all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through 10,000 simulations. Now we do 20,000 a day. It'll most likely be updated before the main slate or the early slate locks, but it is a very early lock today for some reason. Not a ton of 10 out of 10 right now. So here we go. Number 1 is Taylor Ward, which we talked about. 2 is Corey Seager. 3 is Jose Ramirez. 4 is Stephen Kwan. 5 is Bobby Witt Jr. 6 is Kyle Schwarber. 7, Geraldo Perdomo. 8, Brent Rooker. 9, Lawrence Butler. 10, Nolan Schanuel. 11, Bryce Harper. 12, Carlos Santana. 13, Jonathan India. 14, Alex Call. And number 15 is Juan Soto. So if you want to see all of them, including all 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8, 7, so on and so forth, go check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. It's under the matchup tool right here. You can go check him out. If you got any questions, definitely let us know. All of our information is down below. The email to contact us, the Discord, a completely free Discord if you want. And the keyword of the day, it is, let's go. We'll go sunflower seeds. The key phrase is sunflower seeds. All right, so now we're going to do the top 5 pitchers that have a 10 out of, or the best matchups. I'm not necessarily saying use these, but these are the top or the bottom 5 teams that strike out the most. So number 1 is Michael Lorenzen at Detroit. Detroit strikes out 9.82 times per game. They strike out 9.17 at home. Taj Bradley versus the Yankees. Yankees are striking out 9.41 times per game. 10.17 on the road. It's a road game, but it's also their home stadium during spring training, but the wind is bad, so I don't know. I don't know about this one. Eduardo Rodriguez at Miami. Miami striking out 9.31 times per game, 8.45 at home. Trevor Williams against Pittsburgh is number 4. Pittsburgh striking out 9.28 times per game, 9.38 at home. And finally, Kumar Rocker versus the Angels. The Angels are striking out 9.06 times per game and 9.00 times on the road. So again, it's Michael Lorenzen, Taj Bradley, Eduardo Rodriguez, Trevor Williams, and Kumar Rocker. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to use any of those guys. I just want to give you as much information as I possibly can. That's what we've got in this video. If you found it helpful and useful, hit that like button. If you want to see more, go check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Watch this video a couple times a day, and it's in entirety. Even played in the background for the watch time. That would help me out more than you guys understand. That's what we've got. Good luck today, and as always, bring home some bacon. Peace.